So let me ask you, what books should people be reading and why?
I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not a big business book guy. I've read Seven Habits. I've read How to Make Friends and Influence People. I'm aware of all of these books that people kind of drop in these conversations, but I'll be completely honest that I have not read.
Ooh, that was nice. Thank you.
Oh, this looks beautiful.
It sure does.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Y'all enjoy.
Appreciate it.
So, no, I have nothing against those books at all, but I have relied a lot on my experience and knowledge to kind of guide what I do. And I've found it very, very, very rewarding over the last probably 5 to 6 years to read books about literally any random subject that interests me. So I've devoted a lot of my time to reading, and I do audiobooks because when I'm in the car, it's just easier for me to do. I've read books on dinosaurs and how electricity works and biographies of important people, Washington, Franklin. I've got one for Frederick Douglass teed up, Simón Bolívar from South America, books about astronomy and how stars work. So I've actually, to pivot away from all the kind of typical answers, I've enjoyed this. I've read books about Buddhism and Taoism and Islam. I read the Hebrew Bible start to finish. I read the New Testament start to finish. I read commentaries on both of them. I read a book about how the Bible was written and by whom it was written. And I've focused on becoming the most worldly and relatable person that I can become by learning about things that interest me and being able to share that knowledge with anybody that cares or whatever, you know? So it's kind of a different take on the reading.
That's very powerful what you said. Relatively recently, because all I read are nonfiction books.
Okay, cool.
That's all I read.
Yeah.
But relatively recently, somebody broke that down to me, just the way you just broke it down. They said, do not, because now a lot of the stuff you mentioned were still nonfiction.
Yeah,
but
all of it's nonfiction.
But they said, do not discount fiction books as well.
Sure.
And the way they described it was, it puts you in the mindset of how other people think.
Yeah.
And with the kaleidoscope of topics that you're reading on, one thing that I truly believe is all truths are parallel. What's typically true and workable in one facet of life is true and workable in another. And it sounds like with you taking in all this mosaic of knowledge, it's making you better by when you apply and articulate what you want to do and what people should do.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And it's just it's fun to read about things that you find fascinating. I think that people kind of like I haven't read Traction, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Oh, I love Traction.
Everybody does. I'll get around to it, but I'm also not afraid to admit that I haven't read it because I'm still doing what I do, and I'm reading other things. I'm in the middle of an audiobook. I also like the great courses on Audible. I'm in the middle of one on conservatism. So I'm in different parts of the political spectrum on different subjects, but I'm gaining a better understanding about what conservatism really means and what it is and stuff like that, and getting rid of labels. And so I read interesting stuff that's interesting to me. Sometimes I read a book about the oyster harvesting history of Manhattan.
Wow.
Just random crap, but it's a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot more fun than reading Seven Habits.
I love that answer. I really do.
I'm glad.
It's matter of fact, it's a good book that if you haven't checked it out, I would love for you to check out. It's called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino.
Okay, I haven't checked that one
It's
out.
a mixture of facts with storytelling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like that.